Things humans do that cats hate. We all know that cats are mysterious creatures. Even though they're adorable, they're known to be temperamental. And while you try your best to keep them happy with lots of love, playtime, and treats, some of your well-meaning attention could be making your kitty annoyed and standoffish. On top of that, they might react with teeth, claws, and raised hackles. And that's the last thing you want from your pet. They hate being left alone. Even though your cat hates to be smothered, that doesn't mean they don't need attention. Cats know that you're their caregiver, so being away for too long makes them sad. You make changes. Cats are creatures of habit, and they don't really appreciate change. This change could be something small like a change of litter box, or something big like moving homes. Either way, your cat won't be a big fan. When you make and keep them around loud noises, loud music, yelling, living room karaoke, obnoxious laughing, fireworks, and construction noises are all too much for a little kitty cat's ears. You keep them bored. Having a home environment that never changes can also be boring for cats. Gifting new interactive toys can help stimulate their minds and also makes them more comfortable with change. Introducing your new baby. Welcoming a new family member can be stressful for cats, so don't expect them to love your new baby right away. However, there are ways to get them used to the new arrival. That includes playing baby sounds before you give birth. Having their tails held. Little kids love pulling on a cat's tail, but don't let them grab it. Cats really dislike having their tails held or pulled. Giving them a bath. Cats self-groom and lick themselves clean, but occasionally a bath may be necessary. And cats hate them. Strong smells. As a general rule, cats are sensitive when it comes to smells, especially from scented items, such as perfume or deodorizers. When you dress them up, cute little outfits might be fun for humans, but most cats will be totally annoyed if you try to dress them up. Getting put into cat carriers. It's no surprise that most cats hate going into a carrier. Just imagine being locked and moved around in there. Getting tummy rubs. Unlike their canine companions, cats hate belly rubs. So do them a favor and skip this vulnerable area. Interacting with strangers. Pay attention to your cat's reaction when an unfamiliar person wants to pet them. If they want to interact, they'll most likely approach and engage in social behavior after sniffing the person. Or else they'll just walk away, in which case it's best to let them have their space. When you feed them spoiled food, this one kind of goes without saying, but cats hate spoiled food. They're sensitive to smells, and if something seems a bit off, they'll turn away. Be sure to check the state and expiration date of their food. Uncomfortable textures. Most cats dislike walking on aluminum foil, heavy plastic, or sticky surfaces. So if you want your cat to stop hanging out on the counter, make sure the surface is unwelcoming. Being picked up. Probably the #1 rule with cat and human interaction. It's always better to wait until the cat comes to you for attention. When you don't clean their litter box. Imagine using a dirty toilet. Gross, right? Well, cats feel the same about a dirty litter box. Therefore, it's important to clean out your cat's litter box every day, or at least every other day. Riding in cars. The one big reason why cats hate car rides is because it's a scary and unfamiliar environment. One thing owners can do is to take their cat for rides around the neighborhood while praising them for doing a good job. Little by little, they'll warm up to cars. When you bring in another feline, your cat won't be very impressed if another feline shows up on the scene. If you're introducing another cat into the family, do your best to keep them apart until they get used to the other kitty. Being cradled like a baby. Some people hold cats like they would their newborns, but this can be quite stressful for them as it puts them in a position where they can't get away. Giving them medicine. None of us like taking our pills. So to make the process easier, wrap your cat's meds inside a piece of cheese or meat. Sometimes you just have to trick them. Being stared at. Prolonged eye contact can be seen as a sign of dominance and aggression, which is intimidating for cats. So avoid any staring competition with them. Grooming, just like kids, cats don't really appreciate their fur being brushed. When you do groom them, make sure to pick a time when they're calm. When you buy the wrong food, cats are picky eaters, and it might take a few tries to find a brand and recipe of cat food that satisfies them. Figure out what food and treats they like and stick to them. When you keep low temperatures, even though they have lovely fur coats, cats like to be warm and cozy. Make sure you maintain a comfortable temperature for your fluffy friend. When you allow visiting dogs, dogs can be as scary, so make sure that your cat has a safe, accessible place to hide if they're not interested in socializing with the dog. Not having enough litter boxes. This one depends on the cat and your home. Some cats are picky about where they go and always want a clean box. Having multiple boxes also prevents overcrowding into one if you have more than one cat. Interrupted playtime. If you're going to initiate a play session, it better last a decent amount of time. Cats hate it when you get them all excited for playtime and then take it away. Being woken up, waking a sleeping kitty is never a good idea. Cats sleep between 15 and 20 hours a day, and they value every single second. Cats dislike when you smother them with attention. All cats are different when it comes to how much attention they prefer, but most dislike hugs and kisses. Head pats and butt scratches are okay, but only as long as they allow it.